And the name of this tune is Charlie Brown by Brody Shank. Here on the ROC Show, 103 FM LP, WAYO Rochester.
Now you're really gone, when we all kind of thought you just went. Charlie Brown, now you're underground. At least I can say I was your friend.
And that was Charlie Brown by Brody Shank here on the ROC Show, 104.3 FM LP, WAYO Rochester. Brody, can you hear us or can you talk? Got us? Oh, man. Let me try this again. Okay. And let's get into it a little bit here if we can.
All right.
So how long have you been playing music, bud?
So I started playing guitar about 9 years ago. I started taking lessons, and around 6 years ago, I started really getting into it. At one point during my childhood, there was like a big where I took lessons from was doing like a big trip to New York City where they were doing like a recital in one of the offshoots at Carnegie Hall. And before we signed up, my dad was like, "But Brody, are you a guitarist or a guitar player?" And I was like, "I want to be a guitarist."
Okay.
So that's kind of when my perspective on myself as a musician changed, when I started to take it more seriously.
Yeah. I love the finger style. It's just very classic. It's very the approach is very, even though you have your own voice. You have the voice of Brody Shank, but
Right.
I do like the approach. Is very, at least for this certain tune that we're listening to, is very kind of Bob Dylan-esque in regards to the approach, but not the tone of the voice. Clearly, you're a different kind of singer than
Right.
he is. And so where did you take lessons in Rochester? Just at a music store, or where was that?
Well, back at first, I took them at RAMA, which stands for Rochester Academy of Music and Arts, right above Sound Source.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
So I took lessons there for like 5 years, and I had a bunch of different teachers. Like, the teachers seem to rotate often, but I've also taken lessons from Nate Coffey and Victor.
Yes.
And over the past year, Bob Snyder at Eastman Community Music.
Yep. Both burn-in players. I know Nate. I've known Nate for a very long time.
Nate's fantastic.
He currently plays with Buddhahood, but just an absolute crushing guitarist. Very very Jimi Hendrix style. When he goes to rip leads and things of that nature. And Bob, of course, a lot of people know Bob through Eastman, being the premier jazz guitarist of Rochester. Right. He also plays, I believe, with the RPO as well. So he's a really heavy cat in the local scene.
He does a lot.
What have you been doing during the pandemic? Just writing a lot and practicing a lot, or are we going to see a video with this track? That now might be the time, Brad. Because it's
Well, actually, I wrote this song over the pandemic, and at one point during this summer, I messaged Danny Deutsch, who's the owner of the Abilene, and I said, "I got this new song that I'm really excited about. Could I just come in one day with my dad and stand on the stage and play the song, and we'll shoot it with a couple cameras?" So we did that, and then I put out that video a couple months before I put out the song. So there is a video.
That's great.
It's like it's not the exact same, like it's different audio, you know, because it's like a live, technically, recording.
Right.
But that's been around for a bit.
Oh, that's great. Send us the link later after the show, and we'll post that on the page too.
Okay.
What are we expecting from? So this is a solo. Oh, who was playing the organ and the keys and stuff in that track?
Elvio Fernandez.
Okay, and
Are
that.
you familiar with him?
Where was it? No, I'm not familiar with him. But where was this recorded? Was this at the Green Room or?
No, it was actually in Elvio's home studio. So if you don't know Elvio, I think he was in a couple bands in the '90s, like Uncle Plum.
Okay, yeah, Uncle Plum, yeah.
Yeah. But he's touring with the band Daughtry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know them?
Yeah. Now I know his name. Who's it? My friends at Loving Cup know him. Leslie and Willie. They always talk about him and stuff. That band, I think that's like a heavy metal band, right?
I couldn't really tell you because I think they are at times, and then at times they're like a country band. But their origins are that Chris Daughtry, their lead singer, was on American Idol and did pretty well and was able to build his career from that publicity.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's good, man. That's a little feather in your cap then, recording at a guy in that guy's band studio. That's good. And so he played organ and the piano sprinkles throughout. While you tracked. And I guess my question is, because I think you do play with a rhythm section sometimes, so are we expecting maybe the next track to have like a full rock and roll rhythm section, or are we waiting until the pandemic is over, or will your next single be just like you and solo guitar as well?
So I was gonna start recording again with Elvio last Tuesday, and we'll just say my family had to go and do a little bit of an emergency quarantine over here, so that got postponed. But I don't know if the next single is gonna be have the full band, but I'm planning 3 singles and coming out in the earlier side of 2021, and probably at least one of them will have a full band on it, which will be cool.
I love it. And who are you? Will it just be like studio guys like Elvio you think you'll get as the rhythm section, or will it be friends or peers in your
I'm
age
not
group?
completely sure yet.
Okay. What? How old are you again? Are you like 18?
I'm 16.
You're 16, and you started playing.
Yeah.
And you started playing guitar. You said 7 years ago.
9 years ago.
9
So I
years
was
ago.
7.
That's amazing, man. You sound great.
Thank you.
I guess the only thing I can tell you in regards to advice is just keep doing it. Just keep hammering it. Get that 10,000 hours in, so to speak. And just what is it? Just work hard, stay humble, and you'll go real far, man. I mean, it sounds really,
Thank you, yeah.
really, really good. Pretty rich and potent. And this is your first original single, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The sky's the limit in regards to what the future holds, for sure. Absolutely, 100%.
Thank you.
Are you going to be? I know there's other younger folks in town that are musicians as well. I think sometimes I see that you play with them. I think there's what's his name? Do you know the Dowd? One of the Dowds?
Yeah, Max Dowd.
Max Dowd. Yeah, I work with his father.
Okay, yeah. Stephen Dowd, I think his dad's name is.
Yeah, and he's a kind of a younger guitar player that's out there doing doing it and kind of making money. I think he does a little bit more cover stuff.
Yeah.
But he's a good player. I saw him at a company picnic or something like that actually, and I was like, oh, he's really good. You know, it's always
yeah, he's got a great voice, and he manages to book lots of he seems to have a gig. Like, he's the type of person who seems to have a gig like 2 every weekend, which, you know, obviously for a 15-year-old is pretty impressive.
Yeah, cutting his teeth in regards to booking and scrambling. I think that might be a thing where you guys link up and do shows, local show, when things get back to normal. Clearly.
Yeah. I have a couple different projects like that. I mean, I'm in what I consider to be my main band. I sing in and play guitar in. It's called the Old Souls Band.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like a trio, but there's also a saxophone. So, you know, 4 people, and you know, we're more of like a jam band. We like to just experiment and have fun, you know. And then my other band is called Judah, which is like more Allman Brothers, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan-ish, you know. Mm-hmm. And that has another young guitar player. Both of those bands are all young kids in high school. Mm-hmm. But that band has a young guitar player from Wayne named Anthony Blood, and he's really good. And we have like an acoustic duo we do, and we take that to a lot of bars and like breweries in the area, which is fun. Yeah,
that's great. And that's another good thing too for the in regards to just like a way for like musicians that aren't playing out, say on the weekends or something like that. If they want to do like a Thursday or something, or Wednesday happy hour. It's nice to have that opportunity to do it in our town because of these local breweries, these micro breweries that got set up, because now that people enjoy good tasting beer as opposed to old man beer, which you know, we're one of the kings of old man beer with Genesee here in town. But you know, if you got Three Heads, you got, you know, K4K or whatever, the K2 or something like that, and Webster or something like that. I can't really remember.
And I love playing breweries. I feel like as long as I can remember, we have a 1973 VW bus, my dad does, and as long as I can remember, we've always, like, in the fall, just like taking rides in the bus to breweries in the, you know, in the area, and it's just, even as a kid, you know, I've had a lot of root beers in different breweries.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Your dad has a bus too. Yeah, watch out for those engine blocks. I'm familiar with Volkswagen buses, engine blocks cracking. Especially at Allman Brothers show. It's been an Allman Brothers show. Kind of show today. I actually had a Volkswagen bus when I was in high school. When I was.
Cool.
And it was the most expensive 3 months of my life, but I had to have it. And the engine block cracked.
I can still smell it.
When we got to an Allman Brothers show at Darien Lake, but it died right while we were rolling into Darien Lake. I don't even know what happened to that. If I got
you just left it there.
I have no idea, man. That is so long ago. You know, because I'm 42 now. That was, what year was that? That was 97.
97, 98, something like that.
Something like that. So. I don't even know how I got.
It ends up a pretty classic story, you know, the VW bus crapping out at the Allman Brothers show.
Yeah. It was a wild little thing, and I definitely had my fun with it for the 3 or 4 months I had it before I died. I mean, that guy definitely knew he sold me a lemon. But long story short, is that's cool that your dad has a functioning, working one.
Well, I will say that it was functioning, because we drove up to Blue Heron.
Introducing, you know, Amazon Pharmacy.
Festival at that campground.
I'm sorry, what's that? You went up to Blue Heron, and what was that?
We went to the Blue Heron festival grounds, and I played a little show in the family camp there for a couple days. And on the way back, something happened in our bus engine where it blew out, and it's been out ever since.
Oh,
We're gonna get it back up, but
right, yeah, they're a labor of love for sure.
yeah.
You know, but they're great. The one I had was a Westphalia pop top, and the top would pop up into like a little where it would be like a bunk bed on top.
Like a cot.
Yeah.
Ours does that too, I think.
Yeah, it's real nice. I love those things, man. You know, I just remember being in high school, being like, I need to be the biggest hippie in the world. I need to get a Volkswagen, but I just need it. I think that was the same summer. I think I met your mom. I met your mom at what was it called? Perkins with her friend Christy, a long time ago.
Yeah.
In Penfield, and I think that might have been the summer I met her. I can't remember, man.
Yeah.
It's been so long, and you know, the older you get, the more only like the big chunks remain, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So, long story short is, you know, I want to thank you for calling in. I'm glad we were able to figure out the phone thing a little bit here. I've got like the microphone. I got you on speakerphone. I got the microphone right up next to the the speakerphone. I got the volume turned up because I'm not sure. I mean, I'm doing everything right on this one. We might have to talk to the production here. It might just require the computer here to be reboot. Like but it's like
Yeah, maybe. That seems to fix everything.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do for my daytime gig. You know, is I just ask people to reboot all day. But yeah, man, would love to have you back on. Really dig the tune, really dig the vibe, and I just, you know, for doing this for so long in the town, the only thing I can say is just keep doing it, man, because you're definitely on the right path, and you got great parents. You know, I worked with your dad for a little bit there in the city school district, asking people to reboot, and I mean I just love seeing that, you know, they've been helping you along the way, and I think if everybody's parents were that cool, I think the world would be a lot cooler place. Supporting.
Oh, I agree.
All
I'm not
creative.
to acknowledge that my parents are cool.
Yeah, all creative endeavors and stuff like that. I've hung with your parents at some shows too, local, and I think I remember seeing them at a fish show or something when they came to the War Memorial like a couple of years ago or something. I don't know. It's a haze, but you know, you got a great family there, and they're part of the extended quote unquote fam, as everyone likes to use that term these days. So, but Brody, thanks again for calling, man. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate you being a local original Rochester artist, and look forward.
Thank you.
We really look forward to seeing more things to come from you and your art. So always keep in touch, and you know, we'd love to get you back on in 2021 as soon as you get the new single. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, bud. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye. And that was Brody Shank here on the ROC Show, 104.3 FM LP WAYO Rochester with his tune Charlie Brown. Check him out online. We'll be posting his stuff a little bit later.